when the Holy Spirit's present, then worship services become very interactive, and I'm not very accustomed to this particular thing that I'm about to do, but I'm going to go for it in faith and believe that that I'm hearing him correctly, but I'm taking a chance, so if I mess up, then just be nice. I had a vision, and I think that God said to me that somebody would understand and be able to interpret it. So I don't have the interpretation of it, but I'm going to say what I saw, and I think somebody else is going to know what it means. So I saw a beautiful, fresh pink rose, and it was just beautiful. It was not fully in bloom, but it was partially in bloom, and it wasn't like old. It was just beautiful, fresh pink rose. And one of the petals fell off, and then another petal fell off, and then another petal fell off, and the petals kept falling off, and until there was nothing but the center of it and on the stem. And I felt like that was really significant. And the only impression that I got, maybe somebody else will get something else, but the impression that I got was that, to me it didn't look as pretty. But I feel like there's another half of that. So does anybody feel like they know what that would mean? Please don't leave me here. If your heart is pounding, or if you feel like you know what that means, or nobody? Oh, I love you.
I'm not one that knows these kinds of things, so I'm out of
these kinds
comfort
of things
zone.
either. I'm just a
But
kid
just
like
what you were explaining, all that was coming to mind was how the song is saying Jesus is in the center of it all. If he's our anchor, he's the stem. He sees the potential in it, the finished work. The rose might not have been in full bloom, and it was dropping, and those are all the things that were shedding or mistakes or things that are falling. But he's our anchor, and he's got us, and it will come to full bloom because he knows the end, and he's not going to let go of us.
That's awesome.
I don't know
I
if
love
that
that.
makes
I feel
sense.
like there's also, hang on, don't leave. I'm scared. I feel like there's somebody else here that also is sensing something.
Annie.
So let me just,
Annie,
yeah.
what I saw was friends.
Do you want this?
This is on. What I saw was friends. That friends were dropping off. The petal, a pink petal represents friends, and friends were falling away in the past, however many sequence of time. And you feel like the only thing you're left with is Jesus. But like you were saying, he's the anchor of it all. He's the center. And so even though friends might be falling away, you still have Jesus.
Okay. Oh, that's beautiful. Anybody else? So I would love to see I would love to see our services become more, I think Pastor Rich would too, interactive. I can't see. Anybody else? One thing that when Carolyn was saying, it was like friends dropping off and things like that. When she said that, I just got the impression that, things will fall away. So as we see, I said I didn't think it was very pretty, and to me it wasn't, but I sensed the Lord's pleasure in it. And I know that sounds probably not like what one would want to hear, but the Lord's pleasure in the petals dropping off. And to him, the beauty was in the actual center. It was not the things that you have, not the things that you can do, not the things that you can perform, not the ways that you can make things happen, not where you live, not this, not that, not any of that, but in the center where your heart connects with his, where the truth of your relationship with him lies. that's the beauty of it. And so when the petals fall, the petals are a temporary thing. The center of it is going to stay there no matter what. And so I just really think that with your all's help, that what that means is, that as things go by the wayside, as things fall, his perspective, it's always about perspective. It seems like it's always perspective. What looks bad to us doesn't mean bad to him. In fact, it could be the very thing that's going to save us. The thing that looks so hard, that looks so unbeautiful, could be the very thing that he's allowing to happen just so that we can get to the center of it all with him.
Andy, I want to finish that for you. What I got, the impression I got is just what Annie was finishing with. She said, I saw the beauty in that rose, the beauty of that pretty pink flower. And that's what we see as we look at people on the outside. But when the petals fell off and we feel like we're exposed, we feel ugly, we feel unwanted, God still sees the beauty. There's still beauty in every single aspect of our lives, whether we think on the outside, oh, I look so gorgeous, I look good, I'm doing well, and in the inside, there's just this little stem that just doesn't know, because it's this little part, which is the most critical part of the flower, because it then pollinates the rest of the world. So what we see as beauty, God sees, but what we don't look at and we don't want to look at when those petals fall off and we are exposed is our inner beauty, that God's beauty is in us.